three great alliances fight to claim it. Evil awakens. A long-vanished foe stirs. Those who would destroy Tamriel seek out dangers to their dark plot. And so Death's long arm reaches out. It is the 582nd year of the Second Era. The drums of war are sounding. This is where our journey begins.
ELSWEYR, land of the Khajiit. Here, life should be good, but we suffer 1,000 perils. Beneath the tyrannical rule of the usurper queen, our farms and villages overrun by hordes of undead. And the very land itself set afire by a rage of dragons. Heroes emerge, ready to defend ELSWEYR, wielding weapons, spells, and even necromancy, to claim victory at all costs. But through the smoke and flames, hope stirs.
Zuth, life is hard in this part of the Ashlands. Some roasted pike for the road?
Outlander!
Hearken to me, stranger.
Some would think you're crazy to walk into caves filled with drag and goblins. Me? I think you're either very brave, very stupid, or, most rarely, you're very good at what you do. Which is it? Ha! Is that right? Well then, sounds to me like you could be one of the Undaunted. A league of like-minded adventurers. Every one of us eager for riches and glory. Sound like anyone you know? So what do you say? Think you can be one of the Undaunted? You sure? Dungeon delving and monster fighting is not for the weak of heart. Good, but that is the easy part. The hard part's proving yourself. This cave seems like a good test. See if you can best whatever's inside. If you survive, come meet me at the Fish Stink in Davon's Watch, and we'll make it official. I've done my duty, as you can see. I don't think it would be fair if one of us did your work for you. Wouldn't want to ruin your fun anyway.
Goblins are pathetic beasts, but they have their uses. We follow the ways of the Chimera, not the false gods of the Tribunal. We're servants of the web spinner who Vivek usurped. Dunmer, Goblin, or Dreg were all caught in the strands of the spider's web. I'm sworn to secrecy by my order, but rest assured, our cause is just. Clear our path into the caverns and you'll be rewarded. That's all you need to know, and all that I'm permitted to discuss. If you don't think the reward is worth the risk, perhaps you should leave.
I've no time for pleasantries. Speak. An old story. Goblins and Dreg fighting for territory. They seem to have reached a stalemate. Until that's broken, it's not safe in there. That's not a question I'm permitted to answer. The web spinner has led us here. That is all you need to know. The web spinner. Mephala, Princess of Secrets. The anticipation of Vivek. She who weaves the sordid web of mortal affairs. Do you know nothing of the world you live in?
I heard they don't live in towns, because the dark elf houses hate them.
Indrasa? What have you heard about the Covenant attack?
Well, look at this. If it isn't the scamp I sent to clear out the dung heap. Going to get a little rough for you, Scrap? Sure took you long enough. This is a gathering of the Undaunted, and you're about to become one of us. Hope your ears are ready to bleed. Put it together, Mutts! We've got a new scamp that's ready to risk life and limb for glory! And I say, we welcome the scamp as only we know how!
I could always use an assistant, or a scribe to record my exploits.
I think the new blood could help me in the
I like
privy.
when Valen
I'm not
says-
supposed to lift anything heavy.
You're looking pretty light from here, Felvin. I propose a toast to the newcomer.
Hear, hear! A toast!
Aye, a toast and a song!
Hear, hear!
To those who fall in battle to the new scamp, how shameful it must be to look upon that ugly face as the last thing you see.
To those who fall in love with the scamp, for they have sacrificed so much for so little.
To the new scamp's blacksmith, unused swords rarely need repair.
Fine toasts, one and all. Now, for the song.
Who knows no fear of beast or blade?
Undaunted, undaunted.
Who knows no fear of Daedric plains?
We are undaunted.
Who knows no fear of death, of age?
Undaunted.
Undaunted.
We
are undaunted.
Undaunted.
Not bad. For a bunch of half-wit drugs. Take pride in being undaunted, scamp. Your deeds will live on long after your body fails.
You know I like when Valen sings.
What are you looking at? The song's over. And we're done. You are now one of the undaunted. Divines help you. That's all there is to it. Welcome to the fold, scamp. You may one day have as many notches in your axe as I do. Oh, who am I kidding? No, you won't. What should you do? You're undaunted. Go kill something big, and let all Tamriel know of your exploits.
Well?
I hope your arrival will prove a boon to Ebonheart. The residents are at each other's throats. Beyond, no one will work together. Each faction has a different reason. Which would you like to know about? I wish I knew their complaint. They refused to talk to us. I even went to speak with their quarters leader, Sashajar. She accused me of plotting to kill a tree, as if I cared about such things.
No charge to have a look.
Friend, a moment of your time. Honor to you and your house, traveler. Say, you look like a smart one. Any interest in a business arrangement? Stonefalls is under attack, and some of the finer things in life are suddenly precious. Certain goods can be very lucrative when paired with the right buyer. Take wine, for instance. Steal? Such an ugly word. Procure. I'd like you to procure a single precious bottle of white gold tower. A former war wizard has it now. Just replace her bottle with this identical bottle filled with cheap rotgut. We'll both profit.
Another stranger swims into our wallow. I have no quarrel with you. We shall speak. But know that if you would help those trying to murder our Hist, I will speak with my teeth instead of my tongue. It's dying. It was never healthy. This isn't Black Marsh after all. So in the last few weeks, it's withered. We've learned that House Drez is poisoning it. It's not enough to have enslaved us for generations. Now they want to carve our hearts out. The best we can do is fertilize it. We're using mud crab meat wrapped in ash reed. Both are common around the quarter. We've also set guards around the tree to keep the Dunmer away. If you wish to aid us, gather the items I requested. Ash reeds grow in the tide pools in our quarter, and mud crabs thrive on the shores nearby. Gather some of each and present them at the roots of our Hist. Some of our people heard a dark elf talking to others of his kind. He asked if they'd seen the Drez rowing out to our Hist tree. He saw jars of poison in the boat. That's not hard to believe. Ravel Urano. My people overheard him at the inn. He was drunk and talking too loud. No one spoke to him directly. It's never been wise for an Argonian to confront a dark elf. Especially lately. We're far from Black Marsh. No, but it's not difficult to believe, is it? The Drez think we're little more than animals. But the Pact freed us. What they can't enslave, they destroy. The Drez have always regarded Argonians as little more than savage children. We needed to be civilized, so they uplifted us by putting us to work as slaves on plantations and in mines. No more. Now we speak beside them in the council. Ravel Urano. My people overheard him at the inn. He was drunk and talking too loud. No one spoke to him directly. It's never been wise for an Argonian to confront a dark elf. Especially lately. We're far from Black Marsh. What do you have there? We are allowing no one to approach the Hist, especially strangers claiming they wish to help us. We just caught a dark elf trying to poison the tree. Your words smell fair, but tasting is proof. Let me see what you have there. Yes, I erect the spine of apology. While you were away, we caught a dark elf defiling our Hist. Please, apply the fertilizer you've gathered to the base of our Hist. As long as I'm with you, the guards will let you through. One of our guards is escorting him to my lodge. He seems half mad. He was doing something to the tree, and apparently he is of House Drez. Let this one through. Meet me back at my lodge. It seems we have proof that the Drez are trying to murder our tree. While you were gathering mudcrab meat and reeds, the guards caught him trying to harm our Hist. We can't get anything out of him but his name and house. Seems the rumors were true. House Drez is trying to murder our Hist. He was scratching at the bark, licking our tree. When the guards shouted at him, he dropped an empty bottle. Now he's very ill. The truth is as plain as the face of Masser. You may do as you wish, but his mind is boiling. His words skitter like a mud crab in a pan. You will gather no moisture from this one.
I can feel the spores on my fingertips. Can't wipe them off. Have to cut them off. Someone, give me a knife. Please! What did I do? What did it do to me? I see. I feel. I'm awake. I touched it. It smelled like flowers and black earth. It tasted like rain and summer wind and the deepest green. He said the tree's sap would be better than skooma. He was right. He said the Argonians might be angry. Do you think they're angry? To me, they always look angry. It's the teeth. He gave me the bottle, said it was for the tree. I thought it was skooma. I tasted it. It was bad. I fed it to a lizard. He didn't like it either. He died. The bottle broke. How can I fill it with sap? I never saw him before. I asked him for coin to get more skooma. He was a Dunmer. Someone called him Bravil? Weevil? Wabberjack? Ravil, that's it.
Ravel? I can't believe it. Ravel! Ravel Urano claimed he saw House Drez poison our history. Then he gave a bottle to this tree-licking waste of flesh. I smell worm scat. Someone has been playing us for fools, and I no longer believe it's House Drez.
Have our town's fortunes improved? That's a great relief. Well done. The Covenant troops haven't left their encampment to the west, but it's only a matter of time before our inactivity encourages them. I don't know this, Myr. Why would he cause so much trouble? Perhaps he's an agent of Sheogorath. That's an unpleasant thought. The Daedra of Chaos is worse than any mere Covenant army. Can you aid me further? Ravil must have a house in town. I'd like you to find it and watch him. I'd like to see myself, but I'm sure he'll recognize me, so I'll need to cast a spell on you. Commoners would call it a scrying spell, but I'm beyond such crude hedge magic. It will enable me to see and hear what you do. Furthermore, I'll be able to speak to you. Search for Ravil's home. I expect it's on the west side of town. You should be able to hear me now. There he is. Let's follow him.
Hey, Ravel! No offal today. The temple's forbidden all sales.
Quiet, fool. I paid you for your discretion, remember?
Look here. It's that fancy sword was in our camp. Hey, fancy man. Fallen on any swords lately? Saying we shouldn't help the Dunmer? Like a Nord would ever turn down a fight.
drunk one took your advice, Silver Tongue. He now regrets it. For shame.
It was just idle talk, friend. I assure you, I had nothing to do with it.
He went into that shack. Wait for him to leave. He's out. That was fast. Try to get inside that shack. A communication spell. Let's see who Ravil called.
What now, Ravil? So you're the meddler who undid all of Ravil's work. Such a waste of my time.
That woman wore a Covenant uniform. Ravil must be working for the enemy. Go to his house and see what you can find. I'll send my guards.
What are you doing here? You won't take me! Cornell gave me potions! The guards heard fighting. I assume you found more inside than just
Evidence? Having him alive might have been useful, but having him dead is just as good. The ritual items in the shack on the docks and his belongings might tell us something more.